I guess as a group, we just got to kind of get all on the same page. Um, do we want to be good or no?
Of course we want to be good. We want to win, but we want to be good for, I think, the long run. I think that's what everybody's looking at, right?
I mean, explain this Andy Dalton thing to me, because this is where I'm kind of confused. I guess is why is this even a subject today? Like, what is Andy Dalton going to do? Like, I hear people calling and making comments of, well, they need to do this or that because if Minshew messes up, and if Minshew messes up, that's fantastic. That means we've got the number one pick in the draft. Y'all aren't picking up what I'm putting down, guys. Like, we're gonna find out. If Minshew stinks, we win. If Minshew's great, we win. This is like a free roll kind of year we have in Jacksonville this year. Am I wrong on this?
I think so.
You think I am wrong?
Yeah.
How am I wrong?
I think it's more so that people want to make sure that our quarterback room isn't ranked 32nd. I think that's what it comes down to.
They're not ranked 32nd.
I thought isn't that what Beluga said?
We just went through this last week. I mean, we're not far from 32nd. We're a stone's throw.
Well, I mean, granted, it should be better than Teddy Bridgewater. It should be better than.
But what does Andy Dalton do to that? What does Andy Dalton do to? Are we bringing Andy Dalton in to compete with Minshew? Is that what the thought is?
I think so.
Really?
That's
some Jag stuff right there, man. No. I mean, Andy Dalton stat check. Do we need to do that?
Yes. I actually have it up here if you want me to.
The 2019 version of Andy Dalton completed less than 60% of his passes and threw 16 touchdowns and 14 picks.
Right. But that's not how we work. We didn't go for the bet. We didn't go for the last year version of Nick Foles when we brought him in.
But what is Andy Dalton going to cost?
$1.1 million should be the market.
You think that's what Jameis set a new trend?
He should have. I mean, that's what it should be. I mean, or at least maybe 3.
You really want Andy Dalton?
No. No, I don't.
I just need to know. I just need to know, Duval, where we're at here. Are we trying to do something here that, like, playoff run? Or are we trying to go long-term health of the program and go get a generational quarterback in the 2021 draft? Which is it? And if you're saying, okay, well, we're not going to be any good regardless if we have Andy Dalton or not, that we're at best going to be a 5-win team, then why bring him in? What's the point?
Maybe he makes you maybe he gives you a chance in the games that you think that you don't have a chance.
A chance at what?
To win.
That you're missing my question. Do we want to win those games?
I mean, you want to. Your competitor. You always want to win, right?
No, you win by losing. You don't want to go 7-9 this year. You don't want to go 6-10 this year.
But what if you bring in and what if Tony Khan and those guys are finally taking the Jordan approach? They're taking the approach that you win by, like, you win no matter what.
They don't have Jordan. You're being silly.
They don't
have Jordan. They didn't
just draft Michael Jordan.
They don't have the guy that they can build the. That's what I'm trying to get to.
We didn't
James.
draft these guys?
I'm trying to get to the point where we can go draft Jordan. We can go draft the face of our franchise. We don't have that guy.
I thought every year you draft the face of your franchise.
Name him.
C.J. Henderson.
See, I don't like when you do this.
Clausen Lalonde, the boy from LSU, Chachan, the Black Russian.
I don't like when you do this.
What did I do?
You know dang well what you're doing.
I don't.
Andy Dalton has no place in Jacksonville. None at all. There's not a fit for Andy Dalton.
The Red Rocket?
Well, so you're going to bring him in to compete with the only player that you have that people actually care about? You sign Andy Dalton and he wins the starting job. People will be asking for refunds on their season tickets.
Right.
The 12 people that bought him this year,
I'm not hating on that.
8 of them are going to ask for refunds. And then if Andy Dalton somehow has this rebirth and has this amazing year, then you're not going to get another 2 years out of the guy. Then he's going to cost you a draft pick. Whereas if Gardner has this amazing year, then you've got him for the next 9 or 10. That's awesome. That's actually the best case scenario.
But the thing is, here you can always. I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
You can't even play devil's advocate in this because you believe the same thing I do.
I do believe we're trash. But my point in all of this is that what if Andy comes in and you light fire? You've got 2 first-round draft picks. You can always package up to go higher if you need to go get somebody.
Is that a redhead joke? You light fire?
Oh, no, I did that on accident. That was good.
So if Andy Dalton comes in and he's great, then what do? He's 30 what? He's 33, 34?
You ride it out for he's got 3 or 4 years.
Hell no, Andy Dalton is not going to be the face of this franchise. Is there another player more face of the franchise for the Jags than Andy Dalton, though?
I love Andy Dalton, man.
And you don't even know.
I know Andy's been to the playoffs more times than the Jaguars have.
The Jags have significantly more wins in the playoffs than Andy does.
Now, that's fair. 1 year. But, hey, I can't knock it, man. When you're right, you're right.
Andy Dalton's last 3 years, he's completed 59, 61, and 59% of his passes. We had that in Blake. This is Blake.
And I believe Blake got a bad
This
rap.
This is non-fun Blake.
Blake was fun. Oh, yeah. Andy, how do we know?
Hey, it's week 1 now. First chance to show who we are. Let's play smart, let's play fast, let's play physical. That's what they always preach. Let's go do this together. Playmakers on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Playmakers.
Woo! That doesn't.
Yeah, that didn't get you going.
Face of the franchise.
That didn't get you going a little bit, Danny. Just
I'm ready
a little
to run through a wall. Straight up.
No.
I tell you what. Who?
I don't like that James ruined the ending where his teammates are clearly not into it. Hold on.
Did that?
Playmakers on 3. 1, 2, 3. Playmakers.
You're right. You're right. They're not into it.
Okay, so you would think this is obviously Andy Dalton, folks. You would think this is like week 16 or 17. They're out of the playoff hunt. These guys are just thinking about vacation. They're not there mentally. This was week 1.
They knew.
That was week 1?
Yeah, dude.
They knew.
Oh, man.
I have nothing against Andy Dalton. In fact, I think Andy Dalton has had a phenomenal career. Andy Dalton's made a lot of money in his career. That's all fine and good. I don't have anything at all against Andy Dalton.
Sounds like you.
No,
like you
I don't
like Andy.
I just don't understand what the end goal with Andy Dalton would be here in Jacksonville. If somebody can explain that to me, then like Dom just says, what if Andy Dalton comes in and Ryan Tannehill's his way to a contract extension? Well, he's not Ryan Tannehill. He's like 6 years older than Ryan Tannehill, isn't he?
He's that old?
I mean, he's been in the league for a long time, man.
I think you got to give him a chance, man.
Good. Somebody else can give him a chance.
I mean, what if it doesn't? What if it works out?
How does it work out? Explain that to me. How? How does it work out?
Win lunch. Win the day.
He's not there.
Win
anymore.
baloney. He's like all that.
No, answer my question. How does it work out? How? How does Andy Dalton tell me this scenario where it works?
He would win too many games for you.
We go to the playoffs.
And then what?
Whoa.
And then what, James?
We win a game, we do something, bring excitement. Everybody's coming back.
And then what do you do?
You have a young team. They're coming back, and you sign Andy to a 2-year deal.
Is what I'm talking about.
And then you figure it out after that. You develop Minshew. Well, actually, you probably have to get rid of him, but that's okay. Minshew didn't really come here to work, man. I know everybody likes Minshew, but like, what if What if was it JJ that doesn't like Minshew? Who's it that doesn't
JJ
like him?
doesn't like Minshew.
What if JJ does like him?
No, JJ.
I think that you're insane for thinking that the Jags could go to the playoffs with Andy Dalton.
I'm insane for thinking the Jags could go to the playoffs. What I'm saying is with Andy, it's a possibility.
No, it's not.
With Gardner, I know for a fact they're not going to the playoffs. Not with Gardner, excuse me. Yeah, with Gardner, I know they're not. I know for a fact they're. I have a bet right now with our boy Terrence over a bottle of good scotch that the Jags probably are going to go to under of what Vegas has.
4.5.
Yeah, I got him right at 4.
So what does Andy Dalton do?
Andy gives us. I'm going to have to. I will stop my bet with Terrence if Andy Dalton becomes.
So fine.
You do not believe that. For 1 second, you do not believe that. If you've got Gardner Minshew and Andy Dalton sitting side by side, and you got to pick one recess style, you're picking Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
and you are so full of it.
To win one game, who would you take right now, Denny?
Gardner.
Okay.
I don't have to think about it. What's Cincinnati's record? Well, they have the first overall pick.
Yeah, it wasn't great. I'm not saying either way. I think they're a lot more even than you're making it out to be, though.
No, they're not, because one is in his second year and the other one's in like his 12th.
Exactly. So you want to go with the vet?
No, hell no.
The grizzled veteran.
Yeah, who's been there.
Andy Dalton has a Jaguar record the last 4 years. He's 2-14, 6-10, 7-9, 6-9-1. Y'all talking about winning games with this dude?
He's a proven winner.
He is.
He got the Bills to the playoffs 2 years ago. You don't remember that?
He got the Bills? Yeah. Seriously. 6-9-1, 7-9, 6-10.
People are just talking
2-14.
about maybe bringing him in as a backup, not like a starter.
Okay, and
if he comes in though, like we
you think he'd win out in camp?
That's what lets me know that people don't believe in Gardner, like they say. They're terrified of any kind of semblance of competition. Oh, we can't bring him in because Andy's going to take his job.
You don't want to ruin his,
Come on,
mojo.
if he's good, this is the NFL. We're competitors.
I'm with the fans on this one.
We're
going to stink either way.
Well,
I'd much rather stink with Gardner than with Andy.
That's not what. See, people are saying backup. Like, we did a poll today, and the fans, actually 60% of them want to bring in the Red Rifle as a backup. But if I would have worded it without saying as a backup, it would have been like 90-10. People say don't come.
Is Andy Dalton going to be the same price as Cam Newton?
I don't know. What is Cam Newton's price?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, Jameis threw us all for
the market. Jameis, everybody's mad at Jameis.
Cam's going to make at least like $5 million a year more than Andy Dalton.
I mean, they're not beating down the door for Cam, bro.
That's true.
Andy Dalton got released today, and there's rumors.
What?
Who? Besides us?
Do you hear any rumors for Cam?
No, but yes, us. Yeah, that was a rumor.
I mean, I guess all I'm saying is if they're the same price, in what world would you bring Andy Dalton in over Cam Newton?
I don't think they're the same price. But if they were, you bring in Cam.
Yeah. Let's say Cam is $2 million more.
Well, you don't bring either one in.
Yeah,
you ride with Gardner and you lose all these games.
If I can get one of them,
so you can accomplish two things: you get a really good pick, and you show all these fans, listen, this guy's not that great. So
you're being
shut up.
See, you're being way more negative. All I'm saying is let's find out. I'm not suggesting he's not going to be great.
Neither am I. I'm just saying it's easier to tell the fans this isn't the guy when they watch him for 16 straight games and they lose and it's not fun. It's easier to say, okay, Gardner, he's out. Now, what do you go? 6-6, beat a bunch of crappy teams, but he's still 6-6. So you can't do that.
But see, I don't like when people say beat a bunch of crappy teams because that's what he was on. He was on a crappy team.
It's the NFL. There's only 2 crappy teams.
Yeah, I mean, like
we're one of them.
If Gardner,
no, there's lots of crappy teams in this NFL,
bro. But Jacksonville was just as bad. It's not like you can say he beat a crappy team because Jacksonville was great.
Okay, I'll give you that.
You know what I mean? They're playing same level of competition.
Gardner was fine last year. I just don't think he's the future of the franchise. That's all. And it'll be easier on the fans if he has a really dreadful season this time.
There'll
be no doubt about it.
Easier to let him go.
Because remember that game and the feeling in the fan base after the London game where Houston wrecked them?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, well, I guess it's not that hard of a decision to make going back to Foles. Like, before that, it was very contentious.
That's not what we said, by the way. That is not what we said.
I'd like to pull the tape.
You can.
I know that you felt that way.
No, I personally thought that I knew what Foles was. I just knew if you don't know what Gardner is, but I do know you can't pull a guy for 2 games to find out if the guy you brought in was really that good and then try to bring him back in. He had momentum. Almost every coach goes with the guy who has the hot hand. I think you should have gave Gardner 2 games instead of 1.
And to be
fair,
mean
2 losses?
2 losses.
And to be fair, like at that point, the only thing we remembered about Foles was the pass he got hurt on.
And it was money.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
Right.
He was on point with that.
What did you say?
It was the best of time.
What did you say on Twitter about Kyle Trask?
Oh, no.
Me?
Yeah.
I didn't say anything bad about Kyle Trask.
Can y'all get to Big Game's tweets on Kyle Trask?
He's
no,
a
there was
Heisman
one.
finalist.
There was a tweet that Ben Murphy put out where he was pretty much bigging up Trask by trashing everybody else, and I was just like, well, you can't do that by using your logic. Kyle Trask has lost 3 of his best weapons from last year because he brought up the LSU game. So he brought up why he's better than Georgia's quarterback because that guy stunk it up against Clemson. And I said, well, to his defense, Wake Forest didn't have a snowball's chance in hell to beat Clemson. And I like Kyle Trask. A lot of Florida fans that I follow and that I know for whatever reason, they're ready to go to Emory. Like, they just forgot what Kyle Trask did for them last year.
You know you hate the Gators when you're defending Jamie Newman against Kyle Trask.
No. He brought up Clemson, and I'm just like, dude, like, that's just not a fair comparison.
True.
That man went to fight a fire with a water pistol.
The Wake roster and the Gator roster aren't equal.
Yeah, and so all I was saying was when you look at, like, if you're using these and you're comparing everything, and he was comparing Kyle Trask excellent performance against LSU, and I'm just thinking, just correct me if I'm wrong, 2 of those wide receivers are in the NFL right now, right?
3.
Oh, my bad. I was talking about the running back too. I was talking about P-Ryan. I was giving P-Ryan props. That was my third
He does
weapon.
bring back, I think
Pitts?
the best receivers are back.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the one
receiver
who really had a big game.
Yeah, Van Jefferson.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
So was my only. I mean, what do I have to like? Trash destroyed. Like, my team was a stimulus package for NFL draft prospects. Van Jefferson's. They didn't even show the LSU highlights for Van. All I saw was garnet and gold, and I don't know much about coverage and football and stuff like that. But I do know this: when a wide receiver is running wide open, that's never a good thing.
It's not a good thing.
And if you're the DB covering him, you don't want that film shown.
Right.
To make that other person's stock go up, because what that does, it makes your stock go down.
Correct.
I mean, that's just me. I'm not a draft analyst. This isn't Jaguars Today. I'm not a scout, but that's just me using deductive reasoning. So, I mean, gosh.
Let me grab, Robert's been waiting a while. Let me grab Robert before we break. Robert, what's going on?
Hey, guys. Y'all talking about quarterback. It sounds like one of y'all want to tank the season and one of y'all want to win. But to be honest with you, I think Andy Dalton is a way better quarterback than Minshew, just like Ryan Tannehill was on the wrong team. But if you're trying to get the next quarterback for the franchise, then you might as well tank the team. But if you want to win, Andy Dalton come in, he's going to take the job from Minshew. That's my take on it.
Is Andy Dalton going to win, though?
How many wins?
How many wins does Andy Dalton get you?
He may give you maybe 8.
Man, he hadn't won 8 games in 5 years.
And you don't
look at Ryan Tannehill. If you're in the wrong spot, dude, you're not going to do good.
He's been there for his whole career.
I said if you're in the wrong spot.
Facts.
If you're in the wrong spot,
he brings
Ryan
up a valid
Tannehill
point.
had to go out to the Tennessee Titans to show
Robert,
Robert,
are you suggesting that Jacksonville's
That's
significantly
what I
better
want to
than
know.
Cincinnati?
Like, Robert, is Jacksonville the right spot?
For Dalton here.
Why?
Not for Cam Newton. Not
Why?
for Cam Newton.
Why is he the right spot? Why is Jacksonville the right spot for Dalton?
The weather.
Because Dalton, I think Dalton will fit in, especially with the coordinator. And not only that, he's a better player.
Dude, he's so fair-skinned.
And I think with the new
weather?
talent, the new surroundings, it give him a fresh start. And I think he'll strive better here.
All right, Robert.
And just like with Blake Bortles, man, I know he was a bust the first year, but they fell in love with him. Right. They was married to him, and they wouldn't divorce him. They the one messed up the season. Them guys up top, they should have been gone. All of them need to be gone. Tell you the truth, they don't know what they're doing now.
Well, I don't disagree with you on that. I'll disagree with you on Andy Dalton, but I don't disagree with you on that, Robert. I mean,
fired up.
Because AJ Green, we've got so many of those floating around Jacksonville on this roster.
And to be fair to their win-loss record last year, he didn't play at all.
At all?
Yeah. And Dalton would not fit in here. I brought it up. Redhead, very fair skin.
Can you imagine him in that Kansas City game when it was 200 degrees? He would have exploded on the field.
He would have been a tomato walking off.
I'm tired of this guy. He deserves less money.
Who?
I'm with you now, Denny.
Andy Dalton?
You convinced him?
I'm with you. You've convinced me about Jameis.
Yeah.
By the way, Andy Dalton,
have to talk about
Dalton did play 13 games last year.
It's over, man. I'm done with this guy.
So
I said AJ Green.
Oh, so you want to get to that next
let's
segment?
talk about that next.
All right. I want to get to that, and then I want to get to this award-winning interview that XL Primetime did with the SEC commissioner talking about what's going to happen this year in college football. We'll get to that coming up next.
Making the ride home a little more enjoyable.
You keep the crew happy and you can't go wrong, eh, Frank?
Well, that's the idea.
The Frangie Show.
Oh, that's good. That's good fun.
Afternoons on 1010XL.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialist is se-ortho.com. Get over there right now. Check out all the different locations they have around Jacksonville. There's going to be one near you. The best doctors around. Stop limping around. Stop complaining about aches and pains and joints and stuff like that. And get into Southeast and live your best life. That's Southeast Orthopedic Specialist. They also, during this time, so you don't have to go to the emergency room, they actually have urgent ortho walk-in availability at 2 of their locations. You can get to the website, learn all about that. That's se-ortho.com.
Southeast Orthopedic Specialists will now be providing orthopedic urgent care services at their Southside and Fleming Island locations. Avoid sick patients in ERs and urgent care facilities. For info, go to se-ortho.com. On-site MRI, X-ray, casting, and splitting are available and staffed by the area's top orthopedic specialists.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
All offers with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward.
At this particularly hard time for our country and our city that we love, all of us at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington feel a responsibility to remain open as long as possible to serve the needs of our community. All new vehicles in our lineup are available with 0% for 84 months and no payments for 90 days. See our inventory at #1cjd.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
At Ameris Bank, you don't have to pay for our attention. Our advice doesn't come with a price tag. Whether your needs are large or small, we'll go out of our way to get things done for you. To us, every deal matters, and Ameris Bank team members are fiercely committed to businesses on the First Coast. From startups to expansions, we're here to get you what you need when you need it. You have our attention. See what we're all about at amerisbank.com. Ameris Bank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. All loans are subject to credit approval.
Things feel a little out of control right now. We aren't able to enjoy most of our regular activities, but we are able to control how protected and safe we are in our own homes. Zero-Res Carpet and Hard Surfaces Care is an essential business due to the CDC's recommendation of
Why? Just we have something interesting. You don't have to. I have something that's interesting to say that's better than the commercial. He's doing push-ups? Oh, it's more than that. What are y'all on? You might tag me on the Twitter. Sad.
What is doing? He's got a good sweat. In that little rocket. Yeah. You watch. The second one's it just keeps playing the same thing for me.
You gotta go like you gotta get into it and scroll down.
Oh. What the heck?
Yeah, that's our mark. You ever did?
Yeah.
You know what TJ had yesterday?
Bro, this is what in the hell is he doing?
I just cha-cha slide.
What is he doing?
What the hell? JJ, what? You wouldn't know. I clearly missed this. I clearly missed stabilization.
Yes.
I'm assuming this is supposed to be for shoulders.
That's what we should do. We should start doing all like the Jameis Winston workout in here during breaks.
His faces are what kills me. All right, this is actually not bad.
Which one?
The ham.
Oh yeah. What about the one after?
Is that up down?
Look at the next one.
Oh my God, Coach! What in the? Mickey Anderson is mine. What is this? Is he sober? That's supposed to be like a backwards crap. Why does he have on shoulder pads?
I mean, the football show, I get it. Like ball security, but ball security issues with no ball.
Oh, this is just a thread of just
all the workouts. Here we go.
604,000. That's 904 604,000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go.
Man.
Go on the Sports Den presented by ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. That's your boy. That's your boy, Jameis Winston.
I'm a big Jameis fan, and I actually sent somebody an autographed Jameis Winston jersey because they were. I was supposed to.
It's not worth anything anymore.
Not it's an FSU one. That was going to always be worth something, but he was the 1,000th member of FSU fifth quarter, so we did a random drawing, and I was supposed to mail this back in December, but me and the post office don't always get along, so I finally mailed it, and I'm upset about 1.1 million.
You were supposed to mail this in December?
Yeah, I was supposed to mail it in December. The guy was very patient. I appreciate Rob.
It's May.
I know. It's not.
COVID,
it's
though.
April. And whatever.
Okay, go ahead.
Whatever. The point is that I was feeling pretty good about Jameis and the situation that he's going into. And I have my jokes about Jameis and what I think his issues really are. But he keeps putting all of these videos out. And it'd be different if his trainer did it. It'd be different if a Florida Gator fan was just secretly recording him in the bushes and said, look at this idiot.
Was trolling, yeah.
And they were trolling. But this is fresh off his IG. He's putting this out here for the public to see. And it's a series of drills that make absolutely no sense. And I'm all for hard work. I love innovation in the field of sports performance. I love when guys do stuff that you've never seen. It kind of makes you step your game up. But none of this is functional. None of this, it doesn't even look cool. Some of the drills that I think I'll give you this. I hate those footwork drills. Most of them with a passion.
Like the ladder drills?
Like the ladder drills and all that stuff where the guys are moving and doing. I got news for you. You that does not translate to a game. Even the scientific part of it doesn't translate. Bottom line is you're going to get jammed on the line and you're going to get dropped on your neck if you're doing 90% of those things in the game. But this, I'd rather Jameis do a bunch of those. Like he's standing on, I know what that device is that he's doing the little rhythmic movement.
Looks like he's power walking. Like picture
my mother
in the mall.
My mother who I love dearly, and I think she's listening right now, at least on Facebook Live. She has that device, and
it's an elliptical.
It
right?
makes this. No, that's not an elliptical.
No.
It makes it's. So when I'm calling my mom, and sometimes she'll be on the couch and she'll be getting her little. She calls it her workout. Very suitable for an older lady who doesn't have much. It has knee issues.
What about an NFL quarterback?
But not an NFL quarterback. Like this is not worth anything. It just looks bad. It looks stupid. And Jameis's facial expressions don't help anything because he's so serious. He's dead ass serious in what he's doing, which is kind of what you want from out of your client. So that's one thing. And he's moving his arms. But that's not even that's not the bad one. It's not even worse than the heavy weight bag that they're throwing at him and he's emulating pass rush.
Which we discussed previously.
Yeah, it's not as bad as him dressing in full pads right now, with bungee cords pulling him 5 or 6 different directions and letting somebody beat the hell out of him.
That's at least semi-functional. Yeah. Probably not what you really want to post, but
this push-up. So there's planks.
Right.
There's push-ups. Actually, this is the second worst. My bad. I'm gonna say what the worst.
Yeah, I agree with you. But the second worst. Yeah.
If you want stabilization, you get in a push-up position, you hold it. I get it. That or you go halfway. That sucks. If you want to get a good little burn, do a half push-up and hold it for about 30 seconds. You're gonna feel everything you need while you're stabilizing your body weight. But moving your elbows back and forth
like you're trying to fly.
Like you're I don't know what that's about, man.
And his arms all shaking.
Yeah, I don't like. And what I'm seeing in this right here is Jameis lost weight, but he's skinny fat.
Right.
The worst type of fat he's can
really
be
Taggart.
Is skinny fat. Yeah, he's 45-year-old uncle fat. And that's not good, especially when it's always that uncle at the cookout that's trying. Give me that ball, little boy. Let me show you how we used to do it back in the day. Let me show you how my arm. Let me see if I still got it. But that's not even the worst thing. FSU is known for mat drills. Every football player has done an up down. Up down is chop your feet, whistle blows, boom, hit the ground, boom. You got to pop up real quick, athletically. Jameis is doing, or to the civilian population, you would know this as a burpee without the push-up. My man looks like he looks like he has on cookout slides.
Yeah, I'm looking at those right now.
And 2, he's not even he can't get up.
No, like it's a struggle.
He's
not popping up.
He's a professional athlete. You're supposed to hit the ground and pop up no matter what position you are.
He looks like me doing an up down right now.
Like, yeah, I give you that. Like, there's a guy who played for Florida State, Deidre Dodge, aka Blade. He, for whatever reason, I guess bored, and he has a nice house with a lot of yard. He decided him and another teammate of mine, Talman Gardner, decided they wanted to do mat drills. So they did the full-out mat drills. They with the up, down in the front, popped up. Dodge is like in his 50s. TG's 40. Jameis is 24, maybe 25. A 25-year-old is not supposed to look like
day older than 55 in these videos.
He makes me. And I was thinking about doing it. I was thinking about doing it with Trey, like, because you got to do PE. And I was gonna show him the drill. Be like, let me show you what your dad used to be like. Mm-hmm. But then I saw this. I'm looking at this, and like that looks like. I don't think I would look that bad, but I'd be afraid to put that on video. As an almost 36-year-old washed athlete,
that looks amazing compared to the next thing.
Oh, my bad. I forgot. It's like okay, the only way I can describe this, and if you want to, matter of fact, I'm going to retweet this.
You want me to describe it? It's a drunk person at a bar who fell down and is trying to walk backwards.
That's what I was thinking. If you want to see this, it's a thread. Go to @BigGameJames_36. And I'm going to put for laughs.
Yeah, I'm not retweeting.
And you just go check that out. But
the comments are amazing.
I've never in my life been that drunk, but I've seen people like on Tennessee Street where they're like, they lose their equilibrium, but then they try to catch themselves mid-fall. Right. And then like it's going to happen. The fall is going to happen, but they're fighting a fall backwards though. And that's what Jameis is doing in his trainer, which again, I'm all about loyalty. Jameis said, that's my trainer. He's been my trainer since I was, did he say 12?
I don't know.
But I'm here to tell you, I'm never the one to tell you to leave who you, I tell people to train with who you're comfortable with because they know you, they can get what's best out of you. But I can't even vouch for this. This isn't even like the old school drills that aren't really good for you, but at least they're hard enough to where you can get something out of it. Because like I'll have dads come and tell me, yeah, we just did 40 sprints. Like that doesn't help. We did tire flips. I put the weight vest on. We put the ankle bracelets. All these. I'd rather see Jameis do that.
That at least looks cool.
And
maybe gold. Bro.
Maybe he needed to like. I wasn't because I don't think he's arrogant because you can't be arrogant and do these drills. You have to have some level of humility to listen to somebody that requests you to do this. But maybe Drew Brees is like known for his workout. Like he has a good workout regimen. Maybe he does need this.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs Drew to bring him in and just like, hey man, listen, dog, this is not the way.
Dude says he looks like a suburban mom.
You know what? That would be who would do these drills and would get after it on these drills is a suburban mom.
There's people. Dude, you got to just scroll down and look at the.
I can't do it, man, because it's a guy that I really like, man. I am a Jameis Winston fan.
This guy says, I broke my back 12 months ago and I'm 60 years old. My workouts are tougher than this.
To his defense,
Jameis Winston looks like an actor trying to act like a quarterback for a movie.
No, that's what it. So that's what this does look like. Like in all these, the one thing I've noticed, everybody trying to get me to watch All American, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I can't get over the previews.
It's actually not.
They
bad.
say the acting's good, but the football is so bad.
No, sir, you're not watching it for the football.
It's so bad. This looks like a scene from All American. Like the football scenes, like the workout scenes. Like, it's so bad. Like if you've played it, you're like, nobody would ever do that. That doesn't even make sense. But then you go watch Jameis, and now All American. All they got to do is retweet. See, Jameis did it. Makes our show more real. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. Sad times, man. Sad times.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at the comments. Wow.
Jameis.
Did he get hacked or something? These were worse than a sex tape leak.
Yeah, his body does look like it's been hacked. It looks like Taven Bryan rushing the passer.
Oh, this is amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Oh man. I wanted him here. I couldn't do it. I could not deal with him here in Jacksonville.
It'd give us something to talk about. I'd rather him than Andy freaking Dalton.
What do you got man.
Do we want to get to the Sankey stuff or should we break and come back for it?
Let's do that.
Which one?
Break.
Oh,
I gave you two options. You're like, yes.
Yes.
Well, I said let's do that as in the one that you just said.
All right. So Commissioner Sankey was on. Y'all made ESPN.com?
Yes.
Y'all big time.
Y'all cheating, man. Y'all trying to get the SoundCloud numbers up, man. That's not
keep
fair.
Booking these big guests, people's dads.
How are you making?
We should get Sankey's dad on tomorrow.
We should get Jameis on. Jameis's trainer on.
Jameis's dad is it would be an amazing.
Can we just get Jameis on? Like he's a backup now. There's no reason for him not to come on.
I'm pretty sure New Orleans PR guys doesn't want him talking.
We don't have to go through them.
We don't.
No, I assumed you had some like Florida State hookups or something.
Florida State SID hates me.
It's probably because you're supposed to mail stuff and you wait 5 months to mail it.
Facts.
Let's get to, is there going to be football in the SEC in the fall coming up next?
It's 1010XL's newest original podcast. Check out Campo and Joe on 1010XL.com. Former Dallas Cowboys head coach Dave Campo joins Joe C. to talk all things football from college to the NFL. It's Campo and Joe on 1010XL.com.
The licensed real estate professionals of Exit Real Estate Gallery would like to take a moment and acknowledge our unsung heroes during the COVID-19 crisis. Words cannot describe the gratitude you are owed. The actions you have taken speak louder than any words that can be spoken. Your unwavering dedication and selfless acts of kindness have helped keep our community safe. Thank you for being the heroes in our story. If you're in the market for a home, visit exitrealestategallery.com.
If you're injured, you need to hear this message. All law firms are not the same, and the law firm you choose can make a huge difference. So how do you choose which firm to represent you? I'm Mike Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Here's my advice. Do your research. Find the firm with the most experience, the best results, with the resources and track record of delivering exceptional service. As America's largest injury law firm, we have thousands of employees, unrivaled technology, investigators, experts, and an army of over 500 lawyers across the country. We are everywhere for everyone. We have the resources to take on the biggest fights and the biggest bullies. Last year alone, over 2 million people like you called Morgan & Morgan in their time of need. And our firm recovered over $7 billion for our clients. So after an injury, who would you choose? Results matter. Reputation matters. Choices matter. There's only one, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.
Dial pound law on your cell. Pound law, that's all.
Offices, Jacksonville.
Brakes for less is what we do. We know drums, rotors, pads, and shoes. If there's a squeal in your wheel, come see the best. 733 Stop.
Brakes for less.
All we do
are brakes for less.
The time is right to replace your company's shirts and other logoed items from Hardball Creative. Nobody does it like Hardball because Hardball does it all.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
Instant Keys delivers honest, professional locksmith service for lost, broken, or spare keys. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership-level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. That's 722-1111.
In the NFL, there's really no off-season. When the rubber hits the road, Tire Outlet and 1010XL keep you on track so you don't miss a move. The off-season rolls on with Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Hey guys, Hicken here. My friends at Bueller Air Conditioning are continually taking heightened precautions for you and their staff as they enter your home. The heat is here, and Bueller Air wants you to have the peace of mind that they're safely serving you. They communicate to each homeowner as they engage in best practices like sanitizing, staying 6 feet away, while always using gloves and foot covers. A local business providing an essential service so you can still stay cooler with Bueller.
Bueller Air, stay cooler with Bueller.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick. Or we can help any homeowner safely declutter.
During April, J-Dog is offering a 15% discount for active duty military, veterans, medical personnel, and first responders. Otherwise, offering a 10% discount for everyone in April.
J-Dog Junk Removal.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers who can provide first-class customer service. Recognized as a best place to work on the First Coast, they'll train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Cannons. It is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. Make sure you get to thehumidor.com for all your cigar needs. Huge selection of cigars right there at thehumidor.com. Already low prices. When you check out, though, you're going to type in Sports Den, lowercase, one word, and you'll get 20% off. That's the way this thing works at thehumidor.com. You can thank us later. What other show's getting you 20% off cigars?
Can't think of any.
Y'all should love us. See, we do. We get you discounts on the good stuff. Commissioner, is it Greg Sankey?
I don't like his name.
Why? What's wrong with his name?
I don't like Stanky.
He didn't pick it.
To change it. He's rich enough.
It's Sankey.
Same different. Cow trash. Sankey.
Sankey leg.
Anyway, Commissioner Sankey was on with the Lunch Bunch. Was this in the time that Leon was there or no?
He was there and he asked a great question. Greg Sankey stopped to tell him it was a great question. That's how I knew it was a good question.
Oh, that's good stuff, Leon.
And we made ESPN.com. We are on there right now.
Big Tom. Y'all are big Tom. Let's start with cut one from the interview that he did with all the people at XL.com, like all 27 of y'all that are gathered in this room. Sankey on if we have no football in the fall.
If we're not playing football in the fall, I leave the football field and think about what's happening around us that guides that decision, because what happened in March was guided by the circumstances around us. You know, that was one of those circumstances where you thought we're playing. We checked with everyone, and then it changed. But if football's not an active part of our life in the fall, what's happening around us becomes a really big question, right? Societally, economically, culturally.
So what he's saying is if they're not playing, we got much bigger issues.
Oh, okay. I'm like, just yes or no? Jeez, dude, come on.
Well, I mean, you can't. I mean,
Denny didn't read the cut sheet correctly.
What do you mean?
It
if
says
I read the cut sheet, then why do I need to play the sound? If I read the cut sheet says Sankey says if we have no football in the fall, then we have bigger societal issues. Then why do I need to play it?
We could have skipped that one. That's all I'm saying.
Do you want me to read the entire next one?
No,
I'm just saying you gave a false impression to James that he was going to answer. That's all.
Here you go. Sankey says they are preparing to play on Labor Day weekend. Go ahead and play it. Let's see if this is exciting.
To play football Labor Day weekend as scheduled. Now, I don't know what will happen between now and then. That's going to guide us. We have a bit of an asset in time right now because there's a lot of learning, research, development, testing going on. And we're part of those conversations, and that's going to help us make that decision.
There's more to it. There's testing.
I think we're going to play. I don't know. Depends.
This guy does not sound like a guy I want to get a beer with.
If we have a planet, we'll play football. But if we don't, then we're probably.
Well, he was asking specifically on Labor Day weekend.
No, I'm just saying. But I'm going back to the other one. Like he's like, if we're not playing football, then the zombies have taken over.
Yeah, it doesn't matter anymore. You're already dead. You're already dead.
That's we're not playing football. You're dead. I'm gonna tweet that. Commissioner Sankey says, about in regards to football being played in the fall. Well, if you're not playing football in the fall, then you're already dead.
You're not gonna care. Sankey asked if schools need to be back in session for football to resume.
Certainly, as a threshold, our universities have to move back towards normal operations. That's the first step to facilitate the return of college athletics onto our campuses. An element of that is the return of students. Now, I can sit on any number of conference calls and learn that we're adapting to new realities around us. Our universities are going to have to be back to operation. Yeah, we're going to need to be having a semester, but there may be more online content delivery. You may have a lot more spacing in classrooms, which can alter class scheduling patterns. But those types of activities, I think, would facilitate the return of football.
So, in other words, no.
Yeah, they can have online classes.
Well, I mean, now you just left it vague. Don't answer the question.
I like it.
It's
basically, what if University of Florida says, we don't know when we're going to go back to having full things, but we want our teachers to come in and teach from the classroom. So we'll have faculty on campus, but we're going to have make a heavy push to online learning.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. But the football team has to be here.
Oh, without doubt. Like, oh yeah, you're going to be here.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about athletes. Like, stop pretending, Sankey. The only thing you care about is what those assets bring you in the form of a check. And I'm okay with that. I just don't like being lied to.
Is this the one that Leon asked?
It is.
Leon asked a big question?
It is a good question.
Leon asked a question? Okay, let's listen.
Sankey asked if schools will be able to have medical personnel on hand during games.
Unfortunately, I took out the part where he pats Leon in the back, but it was there.
Yes, to my experience. But we actually have a group of advisors, and that's a combination of immunologists, sports medicine folks, and then kind of orthopedic team doctors helping us understand those dynamics. When you get into playing games, you're going to have an ambulance present, you're going to have first responders, you're going to have security. That's a normal part of function of our programs and of our public safety officials. When we're back to a level of activity, our athletics department, sports medicine folks will be prepared to handle that loading.
Wait a minute. Did Leon think that they were just no athletic trainers, no doctors, or anybody?
No, the way he worded it was like, are you going to take away medical personnel
Resources
from hospitals, which,
Oh, well, I mean, no, but you have your team doc who typically works for the ortho.
He's more talking about the guy that sits out there in the
EMT. There'll be an EMT.
Of course.
Why can't you just say it was a good question?
It was. I was just curious. I thought it was.
Credit.
Okay, my bad. I'm sorry. Good question. Fine. Good question. It wasn't a bad question. I just was I was curious, why wouldn't there be an ambulance there? But okay.
Do I want the long answer of the next?
Yeah.
I do?
Yeah. Yeah, we might as well.
Sankey says not all teams and conferences have to play for the rest of the league to play.
The hope is we'd all move along together. And to date, that's been the conversation and collective thinking about how we may have to adjust. That's most healthy. But it's a very different situation when compared to a pro league, because let's go back to March, Matt.
Right.
In March, we made independent decisions that ultimately ended up with the same result. But these circumstances were playing out, almost moment by moment. So on Wednesday, March 11th, we were the last to announce. I think we probably made decisions simultaneously, but we're the last to announce the clearing of arenas the next day. But we were really early in the cycle the next morning to say, we're going to cancel our tournament and shut down spring sports. And then, other conferences in the NCAA made their announcement. So if that's a template, there is room for different conferences to make different decisions. But we're all interconnected. When we were playing basketball tournaments, there's no connection. We're all in our arenas playing each other. And so the hypotheticals that play out if different decisions are made, or where those increments come in. If there's a couple of programs that aren't able, does that stop everyone? I'm not sure it does, but the ability for us to stay connected, I think, will remain important.
So he said other conferences, not in their conference.
No, it was even that was part of the question.
I thought the question was if just Commissioner say Vanderbilt, they really don't feel like
that's
safe
what it was
to open the campus up. And Commissioner Sankey just said, "I might give a damn about Vanderbilt. They weren't going to win the SEC anyway."
He didn't say it exactly like
that. What the follow-up question though is, okay, so let's say Vanderbilt says, and we're just hypothetically, we haven't heard Vanderbilt's not going to play, but if Vanderbilt don't play, they still get a share of league revenue.
I doubt it.
It's a good question.
Because you know what they're going to do? Play.
Exactly.
I mean,
well, I guess Vandy's not a great example.
Is there any?
It's the best example.
Don't they make a boatload of non-athletic money?
Yeah, they're very heavily endowed.
No, but but as far as athletic program,
they suck.
They get the same amount as everybody else.
But they got a good baseball team, and some other squads are good.
Come on, we know it pays.
Talking about the sports that make money.
Yeah,
I mean they ain't getting that $35-40 million check from baseball.
Facts. So, is there any other interesting thing, or is this just?
Yes, there's one more.
There's one that actually I do want to talk a little bit about. Okay. He says about changing their policy on transfers. The NCAA has basically voted already to allow a one-time free transfer, but the conference also has, and the SEC has to vote to allow this.
We are open to the update of our approach to transfers and acknowledge that there's a need to change. Now, doing this through waivers and some of the things we've seen over time does not seem at all healthy, either for a young person who walks into a coach's office and says, "Coach, I want to transfer." The coach brings a compliance person in and says, "Well, here's the policies, here's how it happens." And the response is, "Well, I already talked to people, I'm going to get a waiver." We have to have better information for young people to make the right decisions about whether to stay or Should I stay or should I go? Go back to 80s music reference there.
This makes me really want to write the article that I've been doing some research on. That for a long time, but definitely. But I'm afraid I don't want Alabama fans on my back again. Nick Saban ruined college football. It's Nick Saban's fault that kids are doing this, because Nick Saban every year recruits, which again within the rules. He doesn't do anything outside the rules. Well, right on the foot of it, but like right on the line. But Nick Saban every year is going to bring in 25 to 30 recruits.
Mhm.
And if you just multiply that out by 4,
he's going to run out of spots.
Yeah, you only get 85. So Nick Saban, like, say what you want. Like, every year, these 15 spots over, there's 15 kids who magically get in trouble at Alabama. You never hear from these kids again. No, Nick Saban cuts guys, like an NFL roster. And so now when the kid gets a little bit of power, this is when the adults, like, this is the craziest part. Now we're concerned about the well-being of the young athlete. Like, we want to make sure he's making the right decision. Like coaches aren't pushing some of these guys out. Remember when we first talked about the transfer portal? We were saying some coaches are going to put kids in the transfer portal.
Mm-hmm.
Kids, I got news for everybody who's listening who doesn't understand how this game works. Not every kid who wants to transfer is a bad kid who's pouting about not playing, and not every kid who declares early for the NFL draft is declaring to feed his family.
Right. Not every kid is actually making that decision.
A lot of times it's somebody making the decision for that kid.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, hey, you don't have to go home, but you're not welcome back here.
Well, I'm obviously very interested in this right now because of Joey Gatewood.
Right.
And that's literally the only thing, like, very few appeals have been filed. I know the guy from Florida State won an appeal.
Yes.
That came from Texas A&M, which was kind of shocking.
Yes. Yeah, he did win. He won.
Yeah, it was kind of shocking because very few appeals have been filed because everybody's kind of waiting on this rule to drop. And now you find out, okay, the rules dropped, but now the SEC is not completely on board. When are they going to get on board? And what are they waiting on? Now, the SEC should be the first one that says, yeah, they get one free transfer.
What I will say about the Josh Corbin, I think it's Josh Corbin. Yeah, Corbin's his last name, but his thing, Jimbo was very instrumental in that. Like, allowing him to get out, like, essentially not trying to do, like, did everything in his power to make sure that the young man got where he wanted to go.
And I think that's kind of what Sankey's talking about with the waivers and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying Joey specifically, but a lot of guys leave with their coach's blessing.
Right.
And that, if you're going to transfer, I agree with the NCAA. You shouldn't transfer multiple times, but one time
should be
like,
easy.
See,
that's the problem. A lot of this stuff should just be common sense.
It really should.
But it's not. It's not until it affects the byproduct. Just like, which we're not talking about, which I'm shocked you guys didn't ask. That this wasn't asked, considering that it's going up to the NCAA committee about your naming rights and ownership of that. And one not commissioner, one person said,
your naming rights,
like the fact that players can get
the athletes like
athletes
gotcha.
Likeness.
Okay.
One guy was
My
like,
bad.
well, what are you going to say? The statement was, what are you going to say when the starting quarterback makes more than the offensive coordinator? Me personally, if that happens, I'm going to say, good. Yes, capitalism is working. Good job for the young man for going out there and fighting and making a ton of money, which that's not how marketing works. Matt Hayes actually had a great tweet about that. But it's just odd to me when guys are now concerned about the well-being of the chattel that they make millions and millions of dollars over, when they could just easily control the narrative and control the situation by just doing the right thing without money having to be taken from them. Because right now with that, in terms of that money thing, the only reason that's getting expedited now is because we've had 5 guys go to the G League and get the $500,000 from out of basketball. And they're going, I'll take my chances as a pro and I can still get drafted. So
I wish we could say this thing was going to be easy, but it's not. It's not. There's so much drama left in the rules that's going to go into the players owning their own likeness that they're really not going to own their own likeness. They're going to own it with stipulations, and I'm not sure that's a terrible thing. But
back to the interview, and I understand he had to be political, and I like that. I mean, it saves you. You have to be he's not necessarily talking out both sides of his mouth, but it's very open-ended answers. But when you have literally almost every school in your conference basically saying we're going to be going to school in the fall, And right now, they're already working for every school in the state of Florida to be open by the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really a no-brainer. Like, you're going to play sports.
Shoot, they're trying to open some of them in the summer.
Right. So, like, I mean, you might as well just go ahead and say it. We don't give a damn about what the Pac-12, Conference USA, any of these other places do. Like, but we're going to have football as far as the SEC is concerned. And whatever schools that are on our guys' schedule that can't be made because those schools make the decision, it's very easy for LSU to go find another directional school to go play or fill that spot.
The two questions that I have about that are very simple: is do you start on time, and are there fans? Like that? Really, to me, the playing is almost like unless something changes. But as it stands now, I'm almost a certainty they're going to play.
Like that's what I want to know. And selfish reasons for business and selfish reasons as a fan. I need to know if I'm going to be able to tailgate because that's a very profitable thing that I do, and I like to do that. I like to have fun. But obviously, with these rules, it has to affect not just in the game situation, it has to affect the parking situation.
Right.
So what goes with that? And then also the game situation. As a booster, am I going to be able to have my ticket allotment, or how does that work? Now, because you obviously, they can't do what they're doing with restaurants to say 25% capacity. We have more than 25% of the stadium sold out in booster allotments. So, like, what do you do with a lot of these things? Those are the those would have been some questions that I would have really loved to hear him say as well.
728 on the 1010XL text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosure, says, I get coaches pushing kids out, and I know that happens, but why would a coach not want an NFL-level talent on his team? So, he's talking about having somebody early for the draft. There's a lot of reasons.
Here, let me let's try to think. Hypotheticals with guys who have made it to the league. Don't necessarily play for the school, but like you got CJ Henderson right now, right? CJ Henderson's very good. He left it. He didn't leave as a senior. He was a junior, right?
Right.
So he's going. He's thinking about leaving, and you have to recruit with that thought process that this guy's not going to be there. So what you did was you have a Jalen Ramsey, who's an up-and-coming kid from out of Tennessee that's on your board that you just signed.
That you promised.
That you promised that he was going to – yeah.
That's
you got to look out for next year.
There's reason number one.
Yeah, you got to look out for next year or the next 3 years.
Right.
So you have to tell him, like, your slot is gone.
The promises made to these kids – well, there's a couple reasons. One, because the guy that may be an NFL talent, his backup may be better.
That happens all the time.
You may have an NFL talent that's a fifth-round talent. The backup may be a second-round talent.
Yeah.
Right? But the bigger thing is you just promised the world to that kid, and now all of a sudden it's not about breaking your promise to him, although it should be. It's more about what are you giving people on the recruiting trail to say about you.
And that's really – right now, the recruit has too much. The recruit has a lot of power.
Yeah, more than ever.
More than
they've ever had.
I don't want to say too much.
Because they talk to other people so much.
And they don't have to go. Like, the NFL, you're chosen. The team chooses you. College, the athlete chooses you. And you don't want you don't want to be in that position. Now, there's plenty of examples like Georgia where they're going to bring in what five-star running back. I already believe they're going, no matter how many. They got something they're selling these guys outside of the cars is making them want to go there as a five-star.
Well, the first-round draft picks year after year after year, too.
The same thing with offensive linemen. But, like, some schools, like, that's just what you have to do what you have to do, and it's a business.
Here's the other thing, is guys, when they realize they're an NFL talent, they either become a turd or they let off the gas a little bit. And there's some coaches that just don't want that in their program. It's tough. Like if you're a guy and you know what, I'm going to come back my senior year because I think I can be a first-round grade. Well, there's two mindsets. Either I'm going to protect that grade or I'm going to go get that grade.
Right.
They don't want a guy who's going to protect himself and not play hard. They'd rather have the guy who may be just a little less talented, who's going to give everything he's got for the next 3 years. That happens a ton. Guys turn into turds all the time.
There's also stuff. There's academics.
Oh, that's a huge
one. A perfect example of that would be
tired of keeping.
And again, this is known, and it worked out for him. Is like Antonio Cromartie. His grades would not allow him to come back and be eligible. So he hedged his bets, and it worked out tremendously for him. There are guys who it doesn't work. There's familial situations. There's I forgot Burchett, a local trainer trained a kid. He's from Georgia. I think he had a couple kids or something like that, and he was a redshirt sophomore. Probably if he would have come back, this is when Taggart first took over. He comes back, he probably gets the opportunity to get a draft grade, but he leaves with the hope and just the whispers that somebody will bring him into camp.
Right.
And he goes off of that whim and thinking, if I can make practice squad, that's $100,000. I can take care of my family. And it doesn't work out for him. But the good thing about all of it is that even once you do leave in that manner for the NFL, the school is going to encourage you to come back to graduate because they don't want you to affect the APR. And you'll get your full scholarship.
I heard Chuck Oliver give an example one time that I thought was great that I hadn't thought of was, who's the running back that was here from Auburn that, like, little running back, so quick that had a good game in New England?
Corey Grant.
Corey Grant. When he was at Auburn, the two people in front of him got hurt his junior year, so he got to play. He didn't have that great of stats, but he declared for the NFL. People were like, why did he declare for the NFL? Well, it's because those two people were coming back the next year, and he knew he wasn't going to get to play again.
Right.
So it was either sit on the bench at Auburn for a year or hopefully go be an undrafted free agent and get your career started. I think that happens quite a bit too. Is these guys know what's behind them. They see it every day in practice. They know if they're holding on for dear life. So I think there's a lot of different reasons why guys are pushed out or leave too early that a lot of people don't know or understand. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Is it 8 o'clock time already?
Yes.
All right. 8 o'clock coming up next.
At 1010XL,
Red Moondog 711 4213.
we speak at least 5 different languages.
3 Rocket X Crash.
We have a PhD in sports talkology. 1010XL. Hey folks, Rick Ballou for the Blue Crab Crab House, where takeout is now available Tuesday through Saturday at 4:30 till 10. Sunday it all begins at 12:30. Just give them a call, 260-CRAB, 260-2722 for the best seafood in Jacksonville. Why would you consider going anywhere else? Call them today. It's the Blue Crab Crab House, 260-2722, Julington Creek Road in San Jose.
Future Home Loans is here for you. We realize you are untouched by the current pandemic. As we all deal with the new normal, we are particularly concerned for those who may have questions about their mortgage or forbearance. We welcome your questions and concerns.
We're veteran-owned, firmly rooted in the community as your neighbors. In the near future, you will see unprecedented low mortgage rates, as there has never been a better time to get your plan together with Future Home Loans. So visit us at future.loans. That's future.loans. Your future is bright.
Take advantage of working from home and get that project or spring cleaning done now. Rick Ballou here for Small Haul Dumpsters. They offer short-term dumpster rental with low rates and 0 hidden fees. Saving you more on any size cleanup. Give Small Haul Dumpsters a call today at 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com to reserve your Small Haul Dumpster today and get $50 off your first rental. Call today, 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com.
Hello, this is Father Nicholas Lowe. For many of us today, we are filled with fear, worry, and uncertainty regarding the coronavirus. But my encouragement for you today is to remember that throughout the Bible, 2 of the most often used words are fear not. My challenge for you is to let your fear walk and let your faith go to work. Starve your fears and feed your faith.
To hear more inspirational messages by Reverend Dr. Nicholas Lowe, please visit our website at stjohnthedivine.com.
Home of the Jaguars, WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach, WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Peninsular Pest Control has served homes and businesses in Northeast Florida since 1954. This family-owned and operated business is continually recognized and awarded for outstanding customer service, receiving annual Super Service Awards from Angie's List and the Bold City's Best Award from Jacksonville.com. Schedule a free consultation by phone or online at crittergetter.com. Remember, Peninsular is your critter getter.
While we're all spending more time around the house, it's a good time to have your family help update your home inventory checklist. Available online now at southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the Sports Den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up your heart and let that hang out.
8 o'clock brought to you every night by Loose Air Quality. Loose Air Quality, environmental testing for your home or your business. Even if you're a property manager and you have a lot of different properties, maybe now's a good time to get them tested. They're not all jam-packed. Now's a good time to get somebody in to make sure the air quality is acceptable. Get to Loose Air Quality, Luce airquality.com. They can do that for you. You don't want to live with mold issues. It's just not the way to go. You don't want to ignore that. It's going to end up making people sick. It's going to end up costing you a ton of money. Get that dealt with early. The way you get it dealt with is to see where you have it, see how bad it is, and that's what Loose Air Quality does. Water damage investigations, fire investigations, they do it at Loose Air Quality. That's Luce airquality.com or 904-803-1014. Loose Air Quality. What's y'all's 8 o'clock? Y'all have any?
No, not really. Not today. I'm not as angry today.
Not angry today?
No. You got anything?
I'm really kind of not angry either. I'm actually hopeful right now.
JJ, you angry?
Always. Not at anything or anyone specific.
So we're just happy show tonight?
I mean,
I was angry. I let that out. I was angry about the Andy Dalton talk, but I've already let that out.
Well, I know some. I don't know him, but I saw somebody angry on an interview today.
Who?
Larry Bird.
See, now you're gonna try to make me angry. I heard you talking with Rick.
I didn't listen.
Why do y'all?
It wasn't me.
On
It's
hating Jordan.
It's not hating Jordan, Larry. It had nothing to do with Michael Jordan.
Plenty of interviews with players about LeBron James.
It has nothing to do with LeBron James. It has nothing to do with Michael Jordan. It has everything to do with Larry Bird and everything to do with the guy who he was in competition with during his time asking for the GOAT. And Larry Bird was asked by some dude named Mitch Lawrence. I have no idea who that is. But Larry Bird on the rivalry with Magic Johnson and the Lakers. I didn't shake hands when we lost to the Lakers. I never shook hands. When the Lakers and Celtics played, we didn't shake hands. When I first got to play against Magic, there was a hate factor there. It was more than just dislike. And I just, it's starting to grow on me because I was born in 84, man. I was 5 years old, 6 years old when 90 started. So I didn't really get a chance to. I'm not an 80s baby. I don't know what 80s basketball was like, but I know all I hear is how grimy and how hard-nosed the 80s was. And apparently it's not just that it wasn't just that the 20s are soft or the teens were soft or the thousands were soft. Apparently it was just more grittier and grimier than the 90s because there is no Larry Bird documentary or Showtime Laker documentary when they're still holding grudges with each other well into almost death, staring closer to death than their youth, where they're still holding grudges for somebody not shaking hands after they whooped their ass. And it kind of just threw me off. It doesn't even sound like Larry somebody wanted to know, hey, what was it like playing during that time? And Larry just really felt in his soul, it was sizzling in his spirit as the GOAT, to go out and say that this is how GOATs conduct themselves. GOATs go out there and see people as the enemy. And it solidifies him because I think he gets disrespected when it comes to history and how tough and how bad
he doesn't get disrespected.
Nobody talks about him.
He's not the best ever.
Why isn't he?
What do you mean? Because he's not.
He's got the rings. He was tough. He played in the era. He played against the Kings when they were in their prime. Not the Kings, but the best players in their prime.
Larry Bird is a top 10, 15 player in the history of the league.
Top
no
10,
doubt.
top 10.
Yeah. But he's not
He's no Kareem.
No, he's not. I mean,
Kareem is my GOAT.
He's
I want to say
he's
that.
the second best player of all time.
Is Magic better than Bird?
No.
I mean, he's a lot more versatile.
I don't know, man.
A lot more versatile. He played more positions.
I don't know.
First of all, I didn't watch either one play.
Yeah, I can't really.
The point is, you have those arguments about Larry Bird, which means he's not the GOAT. Nobody argues who the top 2 or 3 are. Like you're.
Yeah, there's
actually
Jordan, LeBron, and everybody else. Really, some people put Kareem in there, but they don't really mean it.
Like, I am a huge Kobe Bryant fan, but he is not.
Come on.
Yeah, he is not
Bird's
1 or 2.
better than him.
That's arguable. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's arguable.
I'm just more so just saying, like, I know when everybody likes to talk about who they beat, and Magic's one of your top 5.
Yeah, he was on a loaded team.
I mean, hey,
for the same reason you're not giving Steph and those guys credit, you're trying to give.
Steph is an incredible shooter.
But you wouldn't say
KD is better than Steph.
Would you say KD
is a lot better than Steph? But see, the thing is,
but you wouldn't say he's the best of all time. You're trying to say about Larry. Larry was.
You saying I wouldn't say?
Yeah,
yeah, because
Larry was on a team that was absolutely loaded.
KD got two rings, right? Or was it 1?
2
rings, okay,
back to back.
Yeah, but I mean, you see my point. I mean, he was absolute. I mean, that team was what, Hall of Fame almost 4 of the starting 5.
Oh man, they were loaded. Yes, they were loaded.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more of a Bill Russell guy.
I just think I guess the reason why I say he's the GOAT, and I say it tongue in cheek, because like every parameter that people judge other GOATs on and have their arguments, like he's got some of those same arguments. And like really, to be honest with you, everybody talks about the ring. Like
that's
Bill
why
Russell,
the Bill Russell argument proves that whole thing is stupid.
It's BS,
Yeah.
because nobody's saying Bill Russell was the best, even when we seen in this documentary through and through with Michael Jordan too, kind of shifted there, is that they thought that you couldn't have a championship team without a big man, without a dominant big man. So like the big man was the dominant player. It's different now if you have because everybody's bigger, faster,
even look
stronger.
at the 2 years that Jordan didn't win in the 90s. It was Hakeem. That's how they won. The Rockets.
And Shaq bumped him out with the
Magic,
right?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is,
But
it
the
doesn't
Rockets
matter
were both
what list. I just Googled greatest players of all time. Doesn't matter what list you put. 1 and 2 is always MJ and LeBron.
Or LeBron and MJ.
Good grief. Y'all are so sensitive.
I didn't say anything. I'm just rolling with it. It's
trolling.
1 or 2.
I'm just trolling.
Give or take, depending on who, whatever. Bottom
and
line
most of them have Wilt Chamberlain and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the
Do
next
people
2.
have Wilt over
Yeah,
Kareem?
I'm putting Kareem over
Yeah.
Wilt. But Wilt, as an overall person in life,
Oh yeah,
Wilt
All-star
has
off
to
the
be
court.
the best athlete to have ever lived. Like that could be my hated clock. I love Wilt.
First of
but
all,
have you
I don't
read
believe
this stuff?
I don't
Have you read
believe
these things that they're putting out about
those
Wilt?
numbers. I don't believe those.
That
numbers.
somebody's like
About-
some 49ers GM said everybody talks about Jerry Rice being the greatest wide receiver, but Wilt Chamberlain could have been the greatest wide receiver to have ever played in the NFL had he decided to play it.
Who said that?
It was
People
going
say that
around.
about LeBron.
I thought we were
too.
talking about the number of women he slept with,
No, I'm talking about that. That isn't. See,
which I don't believe that number, by the way.
What was it?
I'll
1,000.
look it up, but it's
1,000?
It's 1,000 or 10. Was it 1,000 or 10,000? Either way,
Either one is kind of
that means
disgusting.
every day,
Yes.
every day he was in a menage.
Yeah, that's
Or
just
more.
unlikely. See, he said 20,000.
20,000.
Yeah, he claims that he slept with 20,000 women.
That means if he brushed by you like in a crowded elevator, that counts.
He
That's
has
the one.
30,000 points as well.
That's like who was the Lamar Odom when he made the comment that
Well, he did love
he's watched every single adult entertainment
on the
movie
internet.
on the internet.
Impossible.
It-
Which is more likely, that or 20,000 women? I
Well,
would say
20,000
20,000 women. Yeah.
Because I think we looked it up and there's something like
It's like
it would take you
millions.
6,000 years.
Yeah.
Millions. I've tried. It's a lot. You actually get bored, even when you're breaking down the film.
Is D Wade a
It's
top
boring.
25 player of all time?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. D Wade was really damn good.
Yeah, I know.
Let me ask you this: D Wade or
25,
Stephen?
maybe.
D Wade or Stephen?
Steph. in his prime. I can't say he's had a better career because he hasn't. But I'm assuming Steph's career continues.
Really easy. It's 5 positions.
But like in their prime, Steph for sure.
This is an oversimplistic way to look at it.
He changed the game.
But 5 positions on the court, right? You just said Stephen Curry in his prime, so he can't be top. Is D-Wade top 5 shooting guard?
Probably. Yeah.
Like MJ?
Probably at the end of that list.
Kobe Bean.
Top 5?
Stephen. I like Clyde. I like Clyde the Glide. Is there anybody? I mean, I'm really just running through this.
Yeah.
What was Zeke? Was Zeke a point guard?
Yes.
What was Joe Dumars?
Joe Dumars
not on that list.
Not on that list. No.
How dare you?
He's going through people he saw. He's going through people he saw in the documentary.
But again, my argument for that
my
argument for the documentary, everybody loves to talk about how loaded those Pistons were. But if Joe Dumars isn't the top 5 point guard, shoot guard of all time,
they were good.
But I'm just saying.
Well, Isaiah was amazing.
So by the way, our conversation we had the other day about John Stockton.
Well, we said John Stockton or Steve Nash who had a better career, and it was clearly Steve Nash.
Y'all are clearly on crack. John Stockton, every list I'm looking at is way ahead of Steve Nash on greatest of all time. John Stockton's 24th on this one, and Steve Nash is like in the 40s.
That's disrespectful. It's because he's Canadian.
It truly
really
is.
South African. It's really racism. It's because he's an African.
It's the shorts, dude. It's like if Minshew
35.
didn't have the
Nash
shorts.
35. If Minshew,
listen, if Stockton wore regular size shorts, they'd be like, "Damn, that guy, one of the greatest passers of all time." No,
what are you talking about?
In the '90s, they had baggier shorts than they did today. You better
now
believe
they brought
that.
him back up, but that was like during. Actually, was MJ would be one of the guys that they would try. They tried to give credit, but it was the Michigan Fab Five is the one who came out with the baggy shorts. I appreciated him.
Thank God for those guys.
They got Dirk at 22.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. Power forward.
Garnett ahead of Dr. J?
No, that's just disrespectful.
I don't know, man. I don't know enough about Dr.
Dr. J's 21 and Garnett's 20.
But Garnett's one of the greatest.
I just know the way people talk about Dr. Again, I had a buddy Tony put up
Dr. J
top 5. He put up like top 5
Yeah.
dunks, right? And he's like, if you have to go look it up, then it's not a top 5 dunk. But like
if you don't remember,
he was like me just writing this out, like when he
Carter.
put when the bag boy dunked on Michael Jordan.
See,
that's an
when
iconic
people say
dunk.
that perfect word, because when people say the best dunk, they really mean the most iconic dunk.
Iconic dunk.
Because there's some dunks that you see from like Stromile Swift in 2004 that you'd be like, oh my God, that's one of the best dunks I've ever seen. But
to be honest,
nobody remembers.
If we really just said like top 5 dunks of all time, we really could just take whatever Vince Carter decided.
Right.
There's not a person. There's
a
not
couple other guys, but yeah.
But like what you look
Anthony
at,
Richardson was one of those.
When you look at what Dr. J was able to do, and when people talk about Dr. J, they do not talk about Kevin Garnett in the same way.
That's because
Dr. J was just miles ahead.
First of all, Garnett just retired as well.
Yes, but he played a very
and he
long
played on
time.
crappy teams.
By the way, this list has Kobe at 10.
That's
way too high.
Way too high?
Yeah, man. Come on. I know he just died, so
Kobe
we're
is-
being like a lot more pro Kobe as a society.
Whoa, way too high?
Yes.
Jeez, JJ.
He's not a top 10 player. But
Wow.
I'm just saying, when we let everything cool down in a few years and people
Oh,
are
I
back.
think a year ago, I would have argued that point with you.
No.
Yes.
Kobe has a hive.
Kobe.
You're going to.
Kobe.
I am going to tweet this out.
Won those
that JJ
original
said
3
that Kobe-
titles because of Shaq.
Oh
Let's
my
not
God.
get that
They-
twisted.
oh.
He was. How can he be a top 10 player in the history of the game when he wasn't even the best player on his team?
Well, number 1 on this list, Shaq is number 8.
I will say
That's
this.
number 1.
I will say this,
okay.
JJ. That is one point that somebody brought about LeBron being better than Kobe. And at how many years?
No one argues that Kobe is better than LeBron, except
Kobe has.
psychopaths.
But what I'm saying is, how many years was Kobe considered the best player in the NBA?
Just probably less than
Not
a handful,
not
maybe
even
a handful.
because MVPs
Probably
is
like 5 or
political.
6 years, maybe.
That's a lot.
I mean, y'all talking about a guy who made 18 All-Star games.
I'm not saying that, but like
18.
Dude,
but for
Kobe's
a
a
lot-
top 15
when
player.
he came in,
I
he
don't know about
wasn't.
top
Ed,
10.
people thought Curry was going to be the. Was it Ed Curry? Was that the guy's name? No, the first person who wore
Ed
6.
Curry.
There was a guy who wore 6 on the Lakers before Kobe got there.
Oh, I don't know.
Like, but anyways, Shaq was considered. That's why he had to get rid of Shaq because he was tired of being a little bro.
Or y'all or something else.
That's Kobe's
That's
mouth.
fact.
That's out of Kobe's mouth. That's not my mouth. Like Kobe said he was tired of being considered the
Saying
little bro.
Kobe's not a top 10 guy.
I believe he's a top 10 guy, but JJ has an argument. And I'm going to let him get the business on Twitter.
First of all, you didn't even let me finish my point about his untimely death.
Tag him.
Your point.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was just that people are not going to be honest about where they have Kobe on their top greatest lists because he unfortunately passed in a very brutal way, like recently. Like in a couple years, people are going to go back to talking. Okay, if we go before his death, like even weeks before, the way people talked about Kobe was not always high and mighty, and it mostly wasn't.
Bro, he was top 10.
Not a great
before
teammate,
then.
ball hog, volume shooter,
all that.
super low
So
percentage shooter.
the same thing that they say about all the
Not
greats.
a good passer.
The same thing they said about Jordan, same thing they say about LeBron.
I agree
What?
with all this. Well, LeBron's not a ball.
They never
LeBron
say
just
LeBron is a volume
early.
shooter. They never say Jordan shot a low percentage. They never said either one of those guys couldn't pass. They're both, I mean, I guess not great teammates, but they're also not running Shaq out of town.
Kobe's just a snitch. That's the only thing I really don't like.
He was a jerk. He was a
didn't have
jerk.
to tell on. He didn't have to tell on Shaq when he got jammed up.
But I still think he's a top 15 player of all time.
Top 15?
10, I don't know.
You know that's disrespectful when you say it.
No, it's not. Honestly, it's not.
I don't even know why we talk basketball on this show.
Oh, because it's fun.
Hey, what's Russ? Is he a two guard?
Top 100 maybe.
Oh wow, you taking him or Harden?
He's sort of a point guard slash. He's played both, but he's a point guard basically. Not with the Rockets. What were you saying? What'd you say?
Him or Harden?
Harden, definitely, no questions asked.
All that stuff you just said about Kobe can be said about Harden.
Except for he doesn't have the ring.
Right.
I wouldn't even put Harden close to Kobe. Kobe's
No, I'm just
way
saying
better
as far
player
as the
than
ball
Harden.
hog and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, a great passer though. Harden's a great passer. The way that offense is set up though is for him to be that ball hog. You know what I'm saying? The way the triangle offense was set up from Phil Jackson wasn't for Kobe to take 1,000 shots and shoot 40% from the field. That's the triangle offense is set up for everybody to get their hands in. Yeah, we got a break.
Yeah, we do.
Got a bite already.
A bite?
Yeah, JJ needs a drug test. Saying Kobe
What did you
is the
say?
top 10.
Well, I mean, obviously he wouldn't pass that. I mean, nobody's
I'm
claiming.
willing to take a drug test.
Yeah, 755. JJ, what? Wow.
See, I don't care. These people, whatever. Kobe stans are just like another breed of weirdos.
Oh, wow. See,
And I
just said
hope RJ didn't hear that.
we got to take a break. We're running behind. We'll be right back.
Dan Hicken and Jeff Prosser. If I may, you two make an adorable couple.
Oh, no, we're not. No. We're not we're not a...
We're not, blah, blah, blah. I never lie.
Mornings on 1010XL.
All offers are with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward. Shop online and get home delivery or make an appointment for our showroom. We're open for business at Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, Bay Meadows. Drive a new Charger GT from just $329 a month. Get any new vehicle in our inventory and make no payments for 90 days. Want to take a test drive? We deliver. Jacksonville, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram. Here to serve you in a safe and responsible manner. I-295 and Bay Meadows.
Jeff Prosser here. I'm with Jeff Breyer, owner of Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring. Jeff, over the years, I'm sure you've cured a lot of patio envy.
Jeff, now is the time to visit our showroom to get your dream patio and the cure for patio envy. We'll design the sunroom, screen enclosure, or patio of your dream.
You also do flooring?
Absolutely. At Lifetime Flooring, we can update your entire home with luxury vinyl plank, carpet, tile, or hardwood.
Visit Lifetime Enclosures and Lifetime Flooring today, just south of Bay Meadows on Phillips Highway.
And don't forget to ask about our current specials.
License CRC 028471.
Do you need to sell your house? The Edge Group wants to buy your house right now. Get an all-cash offer and close in as little as 10 days. Don't waste another minute letting your house sit in the market. Beat the rush. Get your home sold for the most money and put cash in your pocket right now. Whether it's old, new, or needs repairs, doesn't matter. The Edge Group will buy your house and they won't charge you a penny in commission. Don't wait. Right now is the best time to sell. Protect your equity. Protect your future.
Call the Edge Group and get an all-cash offer, 904-474-5851. Nobody helps more homeowners get more money than the Edge Group. If you want to sell or you just want to find out what your home is worth, call the Edge Group, 904-474-5851. There's no obligation. There's no risk. It doesn't cost a penny to find out what the Edge Group can do for you. Call right now. Get an all-cash offer, 904-474-5851, 904-474-5851.
This is Coach Ellen Darley of Darley's Plumbing with a quick tip about what to do if your favorite sporting events are not on TV. Read a book, play card games with your family, get outside for a nature hike, call your parents. Just because your favorite sporting events are canceled this week doesn't mean your plumbing issues went away. Darley's is here for you. And since we're all washing our hands more frequently, I mean you are, right? Call us at Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts. We're online at darleysplumbing.com. License number CFC 056702.
Instant Keys specializes in creating replacement automotive keys, even when all the originals are lost or broken. Instant Keys provides expert service for nearly every foreign and domestic vehicle, including the high-end luxury models like BMW, Mercedes, Lexus, and Infiniti. With Instant Keys, you'll get dealership-level service at a fraction of the cost without the dealership hassles. If you need honest, professional locksmith service, call the best around. Instant Keys, 722-1111.
Get inside the Gators with the Florida Gator Report with Lauren Brooks.
Go, Gator!
Brought to you by Darley's Plumbing, where quality counts.
A big win for the Florida Gators.
Get your Gators on 1010XL.
Things feel a little out of control right now. We aren't able to enjoy most of our regular activities, but we are able to control how protected and safe we are in our own homes. Zero-Res Carpet and Hard Surfaces Care is an essential business due to the CDC's recommendation of cleaning and disinfecting households to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The Zero-Res process is the first step. Clean is in your control. Learn how we can help at ZeroResJacksonville.com. Zero-Res spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about commercial fence services. From automatic gates to security fence and railing, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, trained installers, and quality products. Trust your next commercial project with the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your commercial project today.
When you're on the fence, about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Keeping farms running, construction moving, and towns maintained is essential. That's why Kubota is working to keep you working. Right now, get 0% financing and no payments for 90 days. Offer expires May 31st. Visit KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. Kubota. Together, we do more.
Caller visits Coastal Equipment, your Kubota dealer. Here to serve you in these challenging times. Coastal Equipment, Jacksonville, and in McClenny.
Greater power for the great outdoors. Coastal Equipment.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
So there's times that we can look at things in our life and be positive or be negative about it, right? I think we should all take a page out of Brandon Cook's book. Brandon Cooks, who was just traded for the third time in, 3 years or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
You could look at that as a negative.
He gets another city to check off.
You know what he says?
What?
That just means being traded 3 times shows I'm wanted.
We don't believe you. You need more people.
That's fair. That's one way to look at it. You could also look at it as being traded 3 times means that people think they want you and get you and realize they don't. He does go on to say, you look at all the trades, they were all for a first rounder. And then this one going for a second rounder. To be honest with you, I'm blessed to be able to go around and play with so many different teams and different quarterbacks and different organizations. So I don't think of it as a negative. I look forward to it. I'm a guy that adjusts pretty quick. And wherever I go, like I tell people, I'm going to ball. So I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
He's now with who? The Texans?
Oh, right.
Yeah. The Rams had to get rid of that contract.
He's got one more year with a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't staying.
Yeah, props to you, Brandon Cooks. Glass half full type of guy.
People always want you. It's good.
I love it. Troy Vincent,
Okay.
who is the NFL Executive VP of Football Operations.
Philadelphia Eagle, Trenton High School zone.
Is that right?
Yeah, my mom went to school.
He was a beast.
So I guess people were worried about the NFL and how are they going to take all these coronavirus tests, and are they going to take it from the general public?
Oh, my God.
And Troy Vincent says today, and I'm a little bit confused by this, but y'all help me out with this. He says general public safety is first and foremost. I'm not confused by that part.
Okay.
He says the schedule will come out as normal, but we're doing a reasonable and responsible planning as we always do inside of game operations. Confirming that the regular season schedule is still on track to be released May 9th.
Facts.
Based off of what we are learning from the medical community and how people are handling this domestically and abroad, we are being deliberate with reasonable and responsible planning about what can work in our environment and what can we incorporate to protect the health and safety of all involved. Goes on to say that the NFL will buy its own separate set of tests from a source that otherwise wouldn't be providing them to the American government. That confuses me.
They're just gonna go get some. They're gonna buy.
They're going to buy bootleg tests.
Better tests.
It's probably better.
If our government uses it,
once
sucks.
once they come up with the template of what is necessary for the test, anybody can replicate it. I mean, my best friend is a doctor, Jamila, in Charlotte. And when all this stuff first happened, the government raided the hospital she works at. They took all their kids, but they're still a hospital. They still got like people come to them. So what they did was they took other tests that give you a similar result, and they improvised. So like they will find out that you're likely to have corona based upon what this test shows, and you're likely to not. Obviously, it's not 100%, but if they can do that, imagine what happens when when the NFL drops millions.
So have I missed something? Has the NFL said, like, are they going to require the players to take weekly tests? Or are they going to
Yeah,
just
that's
wait
sort of
for-
what the idea is with all the leagues. I mean, the NFL hasn't come out and said that because it's so far away, and so the players would even have to get together.
Man,
but
I guess
basketball said that they're going to try to test all the guys weekly and all that stuff, and so you'll get some people complaining, like, "Oh, normal people can't get tested," which it's like these people are more important than you. I'm sorry, they're entertainers that we care about. There's reasons they make millions, tens of millions of dollars, and you don't.
It's what people. It's what people don't
Sorry.
understand. It's not these. These are the poor people on the end of the spectrum. Have more common with us than the billionaire owners. But the reality is this: rich people get taken better care of. It's the American way. And I don't understand what people don't get about that. Like
and I don't have a problem with it. I want them to get back on TV. I want to watch them play.
You want us to open up. Like, this is part of the process. Let the important people get the test first.
Yeah.
And you just sit your sick ass over there and cough in a corner. Nah,
Wear
but I'm
your
joking.
mask.
But I'm joking. All jokes aside, though, I remember when I took the flu test, and that lady did not warn me about shoving that Q-tip down my nose.
Yes.
So the normal flu test even does that?
Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't
what
aware.
that long thing look like?
This one goes further.
You ain't putting that in me. Like one of the adult education films that I watched. That thing ain't going in my nose, man. Like that thing is like, and it's not gentle.
Oh no.
They shove it down there, man. Like, it's like, nah, I gotta do that every week. I can get used to a shot. I hate needles, but I got used to taking a shot.
Let me tell you something. If that's what they require for you to get your $800,000 a week paycheck,
probably I'm gonna get over it.
Mike Trout making $40 a year.
Yeah.
But I guess my point is that if everybody on the team got tested, right? Everybody is clear. And everybody on the other team is clear. And you tested all the people in the stadium that are going to be around. You should be okay for a couple weeks. It shouldn't have to have it done every week.
You don't know where those people are going after the game.
Well, apparently they're supposed to be like in a Disney hotel or whatever.
Yeah.
Michael Irvin had a great quote about this. He was like, "You can keep the players in, but you can't keep the women out."
Like, again, that's why I said about.
And they're going to bring in
MLB.
all kinds of diseases.
Bring in the.
How old is Michael Irvin?
Bring it.
No, he was talking about from his days with the Cowboys.
Well, Michael Irvin is.
I know, but that's still the first thing that comes to his mind.
Michael Irvin's he's a
isn't he right though?
He's a crackhead.
Like, if you're gonna try to quarantine all of these not middle-aged, like 20-year-old men, basically 25-year-old men, obviously they're not going to just stay in there alone for months at a time.
They've
They're gonna
already
get some
relaxed
play.
a lot of rules. Like you can go buy an adult beverage
in Florida's
and
all
drive it to your home. That was illegal before.
Yes.
I'm not
Well, you
suggesting.
can't drink it.
I'm not. Well, yeah, but they don't know. They don't really know, and you don't want the icy to melt. I mean, come on, man. You bought it.
If I'm getting a margarita.
Whatever. It's delicious. There's that place right around the corner from my crib is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody's not going to partake in this. Guys like Drew Brees, guys like Tim Tebow, upstanding guys. You know,
Minshew.
I don't say that. So I kind of want Minshew to have an edge.
You want to believe.
I want to believe Minshew is a ladies' man. Maybe not Blake's version, but like a little bit safer. But
I'm worried about Blake.
Just go and like do a survey, ask people preferences, what they like, and then go hire some adult education
and make sure they're tested.
Adult education experts, and just have a hotel. And just let them mingle. No money exchange, no nothing like that.
You just said
illegal.
hire.
Okay, my bad. Like an Instagram model. Flew them out. Like wine and dine them. Give them a per diem, maybe per se.
So
but don't let the players pay them, and they're not forced to do anything. They can stay in the hotel.
The clubs should.
They
like
can
the
stay in the hotel and not be touched.
This is possibly the worst idea.
The Braves should
But
pay
the Braves
a group
should pay some people to come
to be clean,
hang out, and
yes,
if something were to happen,
this is the worst idea I've ever heard.
You would know they're
you know
clean.
where the players are going.
That's an amazing idea.
This is a terrible idea.
Or just let them go
because
get it.
if you don't bring in the hired help who you know is clean, they're going to go.
Let's bring in hot women into a whole thing of men.
Don't do it then.
Okay,
who they
so
may or may not like.
But they're going to bring in their own, and they're going to have COVID.
I'm not
spread it to
suggesting that they have to do anything. I'm just saying bring them there, and whatever naturally happens, it naturally happens organically. But I'd rather have a place where I know that CD can go and like boom, we know that game, we know none of them have the COVID.
Yes.
Don't know what else, but
Bro,
I know they don't have the COVID.
What's your
like,
I'm not worried
what you
about
are
the other
suggesting is, hey, I'm going to go have this Instagram model, and I'm going to pay her a per diem,
Which
and she's going to be
already.
expected to do something. Then why else is she there?
Just hang out.
Listen,
Watch the game.
Hear me out.
Watch
Hear
the
me out.
games.
This happens all the time.
Then why does it
already.
have to be a Instagram model?
I just
They're
use
getting
Instagram
ahead of
models.
it.
There are women who get flu out all the time, and they're right. They don't have to do anything. I don't want you to have, but I just need you to be in a specific.
They're going
place.
to want to do something.
If they want
James
to.
going to get half the damn league locked up.
If they want to. If they don't want to,
That's
don't
fine.
do anything. Fine. I just want to make sure that, listen, guys.
If my guys
you want to
are
go
in the
play some
mood,
cards, you want to go have a drink, there's a bar. It's open till 2
I am not
a.m.
co-signing on this
Have
idea.
that.
I think
As
it's a
opposed to
terrible
them
idea.
going out on their own, finding some floozy with the COVID,
so you don't think Rob Manfred's signing off on this?
and then she gets the COVID,
Or
and he
Adam
comes
Silver.
and spreads it to everybody else.
I think this is a terrible idea.
I'm just trying to make sure people don't catch diseases that keep on
Me
getting.
too. I'm trying to make the league safe.
And it's just way too much to ask them to just go there and
For months at
Yes.
a time?
Yes.
These are
What we're
professional
going to
athletes.
do is get a bunch of under 30-year-old multimillionaires, great shape in
Alpha
the
males.
sexual prime of their life,
and
and
put
say,
women around them.
no, but what I'm saying is, say,
Safe women.
just stay in the hotel, don't do anything.
For
You know
months.
what? I got this for you. Matter of fact, don't worry. Don't bring the women. Just say, get a deal with the Marriott. There's going to be,
I like that.
we're paying for 100 rooms. Whoever comes.
They
And
just
make
gotta
sure
be
whoever
tested.
comes in there has to get a COVID test. And you just make it real discreet. Just know when you come to this hotel, you know what's going down. You're getting tested. That's the only thing that's going
I like
down.
that.
You're getting tested. And if you choose, this is where our players are going to go to this bar. They're going to go hang out. Because the only thing, every year they talk about it with the Super Bowl, when you bring a bunch of athletes or a major event to a city, guess who else comes to that city? It's always the highest number of
Women of the
prostitution
night.
and women of the night. So my thing is, get ahead of the curve. We could try to pretend, put our heads in the sand,
Exactly.
like this stuff isn't going to happen, and then next thing you know, you're going to lose the entire New York Jets organization to COVID because one guy couldn't.
Sam Darnold. He's already got what was that? What's that kissing disease?
Mono.
Mono.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. You never know where these segments are going to go. So is the NBA really thinking about playing at Disney?
Yeah.
That's just going to be.
There's a bunch of courts, and there's obviously like resorts that they can stay
So
at.
we're going to make it like a summer AAU tournament?
You won't even know it's at Disney. It'll just be like, yeah, they have all these courts.
I mean, they say it's safer outside. Let them play outside.
No.
That
Put them on outdoor.
The
courts.
lighting and the cameras, that would be terrible.
I mean,
it's already going to be like a circus feel. So maybe you should just have it outside.
I mean, NASCAR is saying bump it.
What do you mean?
But NASCAR has proven that they can do their jobs in a video game.
They're coming back soon.
They're coming back.
Driving around in a circle.
And they're like running like a ton of races in a 2-week period.
Yeah, they need to come back. Joe made a good point today. Their racers are getting fired with this electronic stuff. So
I mean, they're
they
starting
need to be
May
able to drop
7th.
racial epithets just to themselves.
They're starting next week. They're running 4 races in 11 days.
What?
Yeah.
2 a week?
Yeah.
Like
May
a Wednesday
7th,
and
May
a
17th,
Saturday?
I'm sorry.
Are they letting my boy
know.
Bubba and the Asian guy back?
Asian?
Wasn't he Asian?
Oh, yeah, he was half Japanese. Kyle Larson. No, he's fired. Matt
fired,
Kenseth took over for him.
No, man.
Yeah, he's fired.
Dang,
the sponsors got in touch and were like, it's not the best look.
And you know what?
It's frowned upon.
People
Yeah.
still love that word. Like I would just take it. I would just take my cue and try not to use that word anymore.
Only licensed NASCAR members will be allowed to the racetrack. They'll be required to wear a cloth face mask.
While they're driving?
Anyone who does
already have a mask on.
They have a helmet on.
I think they're talking about the crews. Anyone who does not will be removed from the facility.
Oh, damn.
Teams' work areas in the garage will be spread out to comply with social distancing guidelines.
So how are they going to change tires?
You can't one at a time.
You kind of got to be close to each other for that.
Yeah.
Competitor motorhomes will be allowed in the racetrack infield, but instead of occupying one enclosed area, they will be spread out throughout the infield. Teams will be limited to 16 total members, including the drivers.
We have to break.
There's all kinds of goodies here. We'll go back to this when we're wrapping up sports. Then we'll be right back.
It's more than running down stats and catching scores.
We have a brotherhood in here that we worked all year with that we don't want to let down.
Go inside the locker room with Jacksonville Sports Radio 1010XL.
All offers with approved credit and not in conjunction. See dealer for complete details. Drive forward. Shop online and get home delivery. Or make an appointment for our showroom. We're open for business at Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington. Drive the new Ram Quad Cab 4x2 and have it delivered for just $269 a month. For a limited time, get 0% financing for 84 months and make no payments for 90 days. See our inventory at #1CJD.com. Jacksonville Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Arlington, 9600 Atlantic Boulevard.
Take advantage of working from home and get that project or spring cleaning done now. Rick Ballou here for Small Haul Dumpsters. They offer short-term dumpster rental with low rates and zero hidden fees. Saving you more on any size cleanup. Give Small Haul Dumpsters a call today. 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com to reserve your small haul dumpster today and get $50 off your first rental. Call today, 552-5555 or go to smallhauldumpsters.com.
Hi, I'm Don with J-Dog Junk Removal. In light of today's health concerns, we want you to know we are taking the required safety precautions during the removal process. As veterans, we always go above and beyond. You create the stack, and we can be in and out quick, or we can help any homeowner safely declutter.
During April, J-Dog is offering a 15% discount for active duty military, veterans, medical personnel, and first responders. Otherwise, offering a 10% discount for everyone in April.
J-Dog Junk Removal.
Tire Outlet is bringing the tires to you. Mike Dempsey here to tell you that Tire Outlet is now offering mobile service. No hassle, quick same-day installation. They're the largest locally owned tire shop in town, so wherever you are, choose a time and location that's convenient for you. A Tire Outlet professional will bring the new tires out and install them. Call this number to make an appointment, 600-0089. For mobile tire installation, that's 600-0089. Tire Outlet. Wholesale prices, premium service.
Write down everything you own and what you think it's worth. In the event of a covered loss, that's exactly what you'll need to do. Prepare with our home inventory checklist. Log on to southernoak.com.
Our family protecting yours. Southern Oak Insurance.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
NASCAR is also asking everyone inside a race facility to keep a contact tracing log.
What?
Like who you've been around?
Yeah.
That's infringement.
If a worker shows symptoms, that person and those he was in contact will self-isolate.
Sounds like the Soviet Union.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's about to happen, bro.
There's already apps, right?
Yeah.
That's creepy as hell. They track like other people you've been around who might be COVID positive.
Oh, okay.
I really don't mind the fact that our apps listen to us because I love how I can talk about I need this one thing.
And then you go on Google, it's immediately there.
It's right there. I don't have to look for it.
So convenient.
We were talking about pressure washing a couple years ago. Like, we need to get our house pressure washed. And like 5 minutes later, there's a dude on my Facebook feed.
It's creepy, man.
It's amazing.
Like, yeah, I got news for everybody. When you download that app and you didn't read all the rules. You just pushed OK.
I accept.
They got you, dog.
Yeah.
Bro, I got Google Home. They're listening to everything,
Like,
and I'm all for it.
People like, I don't want those people knowing my face. And I said, no, you have a passport.
You accepted the terms of agreement.
You have a driver's license. They got facial recognition. You have Facebook. They have all your known associates. You actually list friend, cousin, brother, this. Like, they can just go to your Facebook page and find out everything they need to find about you if they need to.
If all of a sudden I start really creeping out about that, y'all go ahead and assume that I've started doing some stuff really bad.
Facts.
But right now, I'm good with it right now. I'm good.
But I did find out there's some stuff that you could buy that can't get you off the grid a little bit. I was talking to
Just get rid of your phone.
Yeah, well, it's something that blocks the
which I would never do. But
well, I don't have one, so it's great.
You still don't have a phone?
No.
You don't have a cell phone?
Nope. I have a cell phone number. You can call it. Just gonna go straight.
Do you just feel super free or super
like,
naked?
Like, at first, I was like, I was geeky, man.
How long has it been?
Basically since the lockdown. Since quarantine, almost 2 months.
So if I texted you, you won't.
I told you, like when you group text, I can't. That's why I sent you.
No
the DM.
way.
Yeah. That's why I
I've been sending some great stuff lately.
I know. Like now, when I get my phone, it's gonna be pinging for days.
Oh. So are you just not doing that because you're like,
well, Apple,
I don't really need it.
I have to go into an Apple store because
they're all closed.
Or they have to put like a $2,000 hold on my card, and
Whoa.
I'm just not doing that. Just don't have that kind of bread.
So I'm an Android guy.
And I mean, it would have been the same thing. Like if I had to go to Sprint would have actually just put it on my account.
Okay, so is Sprint open or Verizon? Are those stores open?
But it cost me like $300 more.
Okay,
it's only $100 if the if the Apple store was open.
I wonder why the Apple Store is not open, but like Verizon is.
Because Verizon doesn't care about you guys. Verizon doesn't care
you
about
guys.
COVID.
So you're taking this as Apple cares about me.
Apple cares. That's the name of the insurance policy. Apple cares.
Apple's one of those woke companies.
Facts. They also have a lot of Chinese influence. So
yes, lots of that.
They want to make sure that I'm around.
All right, we got to run. Tomorrow night is Petty Friday, though.
Facts.
It's already Friday.
It is already May 1st.
Another
tomorrow.
Friday. We got to play some Bone tomorrow.
First of the month.
It's the first of the month. Wake up.
Welfare checks coming.
That's what y'all have to look forward to right there. Tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Tell your friends. Make sure you listen on SoundCloud. Make sure you share the link. Tell your friends to listen on SoundCloud. Listen a couple times. That works too. Share the Facebook page. All that kind of good stuff. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow night.
Working from home? Meet your new coworkers.
1991, we played Boston College. Tommy Mack had like 15 tackles.
19.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
19.
okay.